we had a few scenes there where we sort of ad-libbed our way through it, and
right.
And that was fun. That kept it fun for me, you know.
Well, you know what it was like? It was like we were auditioning, and we were auditioning actors. And usually an actor of Barry's caliber, there is no such thing as, usually you don't audition. If Barry reads the script and he says he's interested, then usually you just hire him. Now, we didn't know Barry was coming into audition. We didn't know Karen Black was coming into audition, or Lucy Davis. These people came in, so it was like, it's like your mother comes into audition and then Barry Bostwick walks in. You know, so we're like, you know.
It was a slow week.
Yeah, it was, you know, and as I've said before, Barry came in and he did that scene where he does, the scene where he kind of ponders the murder scene and goes into this whole thing about, you know, Dada and all these things, and you know, and he just killed it. He just did it. You know, he was like crawling around on the ground. He was like a young, like a 17-year-old actor. He was doing anything, and he did such an amazing thing. He wasn't just coming in and reading. You know, he was more than off book. So he came in completely committed to the part. And I think we looked at each other right away and we're like, you know, wow, please do this, you know, like you got it, you know. And it sort of happened that way across the board. Yeah. But maybe it was
just when I say to them, I thought it was a studio film.
That's right, yeah, that's right. Yeah, maybe
that's why I worked so hard on my audition.
He was misinformed.
They just say instead it pays 100 and then it cut out.
Yeah.
We thought it was 100,000 and it was 100 a day.
Right.
It's just that.
Yeah. Plus lunch.
Right. Yeah. We gave you lunch. A few days.
It's a little bit like coming to this festival.
Yeah. When the character that I played said "Dada" in the script, I thought I have to do this because it's just how often do you have that contrast and that intelligence behind it? You know, I mean you're a good writer.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask you also, how long had you been working on writing this, and has it been in your drawer for a long time, or did you just write it out in a month? Or?
Oh no, I wish. I can never do that. I actually made a short film back in 2007. That was the first film I ever made. Actually directed that. Directed it. I had no idea what I was doing, but I just made it for fun and had a lot of fun with it and taking it out to festivals and everything. And but the premise of it was just the main character in it was a serial killer, but he had all these friends and just kind of hanging out, and he was playing poker and everything. And I liked it. There was something about the idea of an everyday the everyday life of a serial killer, not some big slasher film, but it's kind of the guy across the street type of serial killer that I really enjoyed, and I wanted to turn it into a feature, so I started working on the script. And then in terms of the actual writing process, developing the idea further, basically ditching everything from the short, but just keeping that seed of the idea of the guy that you wouldn't expect to be a serial killer. As I always say, when they catch these serial killers, you know, I never thought it could be him. He seemed like such a nice guy. So that was that idea. And so over time, I fleshed it out and tried to figure out, you know, well, what's going on in this person's life. And then I would stop and start on this project as other things came along. So I mean, grand total, I mean, I probably worked on just the script for, you know, 2+ years on and off. And then to answer, that was the question, right? I got that one? Okay. And then, as far as John Landis, what happened was, we basically we had a script,